He's the one player where you think, whoa, he's got something. Particularly when he first came in, he was a bit sluggish, and you think, well, he hasn't got up to speed. Once he's got up to speed, he's lightning quick. He can, how quick he is in transition from defence to attack when he picks up the ball. Can go inside, outside. He scored a couple of goals, assists. So for Celtic to lose him, particularly in the first part of the season, I think Kyogo was probably their spark. He was the one that was bringing them to life. I think Jota is now took that mantle on. I think he's the one player now that brings him to life. An opposition will fear.
I don't think they'll even risk him. If he's 50-50, 60-40 to play, he's such a big player. I think they'll think, well, do you know what? If he misses the Dundee United game and then he's fully fit for the rest of the games, we'll do that rather than try and risk him for one game and have him out for 4 or 5 weeks. So they might play on the side of caution with this one because he is such a big player. They might feel like, well, we can go to Dundee United without him and still hopefully get the result.
And would you agree with Craigs that is he the best player in Scottish football at the moment?
Definitely. Yeah. Definitely, he's been outstanding. Yeah, as I say, he had a wee bit of a slow start, but obviously it's difficult for foreign players coming into the country to get up to speed and, settle into a club. And, as the weeks have gone on, he's got better and better, and he's got a fantastic partnership with the Celtic forward players, whichever he plays, he's phenomenal. Some of the things he's done already has been exceptional. So, Celtic, will do well to get him tied up to under a contract.
I just look at that front. I'm saying front five. James Forrest played last night and was good, but you look at Rogic, he makes him better straight away. Turnbull becomes better when Rogic is there. McGregor becomes even better when Rogic is there. Furuhashi can make runs because he knows Rogic can find him, and Jota. So that kind of McGregor, Turnbull, Rogic, Furuhashi and Jota, that's a big five. The sixth one, Forrest, his form's up and down. Abada's form's up and down. He's only 19. Mikey Johnson, can he nail that down? So, when they're in full flows, a couple of times they broke last night from the edge of their own box. It was 1 touch, 2 touch, and within a matter of seconds they were on the edge of Hearts' box, and it was just so free flowing and so entertaining, so open. So, when you've got a good player like Tom Rogic, I think he clicks it all together because he takes the ball anywhere. Turnbull can take the ball anywhere. He can find people. And I'd said to you before, it's amazing how many times good players pass to good players. Turnbull looks for Rogic. Rogic looks for Furuhashi. That little triangles, they always look for each other because they trust each other. They know they're good and they're in the same wavelength. And when that all works out together, they really are good to watch.
The rejuvenation of Rogic has been pretty spectacular, hasn't it? It looked like he was heading for semi-retirement in the Middle East.
Yeah, and it's probably helped having the manager coming in, and he's probably given him a new lease of life. And I was just about to say that I think middle to front, Celtic are looking exceptionally good. I think obviously defensively there's still a few question marks, and we spoke about it earlier. Robin Nielsen set up his Hearts team to have a go at Celtic, and he was probably thinking we can get at this back four. If we go aggressive there and we have a go and we press them, there's mistakes can be made. Obviously they've got to be solid at the back, which they are. Hearts defensively were very good the other night, and obviously got a fantastic goalkeeper in Craig Gordon. But I would imagine Hearts would have fancied themselves get at that Celtic defence. There's maybe an error in them and we'll maybe get chances.
But they done okay, didn't they?
They done very well. Yeah, they did do very well.
Who at times are isolated 1v1.
Yeah.
And even with Ginelli's pace, I thought Welsh and Starfelt done really well against them.
Yeah, I mean, Hearts, had 2 shots on target, and I think Celtic coped very well. Celtic had 25 shots. You just see how the game's gone, majority of the possession. So
midfield to front, are they better than Rangers at the moment, Celtic?
At this minute in time, yes. And that's just on current form. Obviously, I watched the game on Wednesday night, and I've seen Rangers quite a lot this season. And, listen, Hibs made it difficult for Rangers the other night. And obviously, I think both teams cancelled each other out. But from this week's form, Celtic playing on Thursday, Rangers playing Wednesday, Celtic in the forward areas are looking very
I think there's more fluency. The synergy's better between
more dynamic.
Well, it's probably because it's more consistent.
Right.
Because it's more consistent. Very seldom does Ange Postecoglou change his front line. He changes 1 or 2 here and there, but he normally goes with the same players all the time, which is maybe why Alexa Rogic is getting had a knock. Why Jota's tying up, because he's asking the same players to go and do the same things continue, whereas Rangers have chopped and changed and still have to get that right dynamic.
Tell Alexa to launch Go Radio or listen on the Go Radio app.